Hey guys, Nate and Scott here from PlayYourCourt.com, and today we're talking about the Topspin Lob.
All right guys, today we are talking about the Topspin Lob, and this video is for players with a Player Court rating of 50 to 80. If you're not in their community or familiar with their rating system, that is the equivalent of a USTA 3.0 to about a 4.5. So Nate, Topspin Lobs, talk to me.
Topspin Lobs, man, I love them. It's one of my favorite shots out there.
I think it's kind of a cop-out, but I guess we've got to learn it.
They're devastating, man. I'm telling you, like, there are so many circumstances where the Topspin Lob just changes the nature of a game, especially someone that's just a great net rusher. We see it in doubles, we see it in singles. And the Topspin Lob is going to be a lot like your normal topspin forehand backhand. We're just going to talk about the path to the ball. We're going to talk about a finish and where we need to be in the court to execute this. All right, so just ahead, let's get ahead of it for a minute. This is not a slice lob, also referred to as the slob, right?
Or the defensive lob. I've never heard slob before.
Slob, the slice lob, the slob,
I've heard
right?
defensive lob,
Yeah.
so for those of you that are more comfortable with defensive lob than the term slob.
So the slob is something where you're moving forward and it's more of a punch or a block, and you're using
backspin.
backspin.
Continental grip, right?
Continental grip, yeah, you
not
got
talking
it.
about that today. Today is topspin.
Today is topspin.
Separate video, we'll go over the slob.
100%. All right, so let's take a look at that now. What are we talking about with the Topspin Lob? All right, guys, I'm back here at the baseline, and we're going to talk about the different components of the Topspin Lob. All right, so let's break it down. The normal forehand is always going to have the racket dropping. You'll notice here the racket is below my wrist. But on a normal topspin, I'm going through the court. I'm not going to let the racket drop quite as much as I'm going to on a Topspin Lob. So here you'll see that I'm going to put my racket, I'm going to dip it all the way down to the court, and I'm going to aggressively work up the ball. So this path is really working low and then aggressively up. All right, and so the finish here, you're going to see the racket work aggressively this way and quickly get quicker pronation to get over. And sometimes you'll see the elbow float. Kind of prefer that it doesn't, but we will see this sometimes with the Topspin Lob. All right, so let's talk about where in the court that we're hitting this. We should never be hitting Topspin Lobs moving forward. Okay, if we're getting pulled forward, we should be attacking the ball. We should be driving the ball. This is a ball that's pushed us back, and as I'm moving back, I'm finding the weight to my back foot, and then I'm executing the shot defensively. This is the only time we're ever going to tell you to really be on your back foot. Okay, so what we'll see here is if we kind of go live, you'll see the right foot shift and push me back to the left as well. So as I realize that I'm getting pushed in the court, I realize it's a lob, and you'll see that I get my weight back to the left foot as well. I think that's important as far as this weight transfer of getting the ball up and down to help get depth on this ball. All right, so we're really gonna play for height. All right, that's one of the most important things. Let's aim high, because the ball doesn't have to necessarily be super deep. If your opponent's in tuck and tight, we've got to get that ball up and over. All right, so we're going to demonstrate that now. We'll get Scott out here, and I'll show you what these should look like. So guys, you can see that Scott's ball has plenty of depth, and I'm really working to get behind the ball with my right foot and swing under it. Now really pay attention here to the finish. All right, and it's much, much higher than you would see on a normal forehand. Oh, that one was a little short. All right, but this is the goal here. We want this ball going up with big spin, so by chance he does look to recover and make a play on it, the ball is gonna hit and it's gonna pull away from him. If you focus on these few things of working off your back foot, dipping the racket well below the ball, swinging from that 6 to 12, and then finishing much higher, getting the shoulder over to that pronation, your Topspin Lob is going to be awesome, and people are going to stop coming to the net because they're going to fear that Topspin Lob.
Nate, that's awesome instruction and some pretty good Topspin Lobs, my man. Not bad.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
As you guys know, Nate and I and all of us here at Player Court just want to see you improve your tennis game, but we need to know more about you so we can give you the custom video coaching that you need. Do us a favor, click the button or the link below, answer some questions for us so we can send you that content. Click the button or the link below, and Nate and I will do the rest.